Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So you've probably seen the trending clips by now. Black folks are reacting to a statue that just popped up in New York City's Times Square. I think that is last week, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a 12-foot sculpture of a black woman, and I have to emphasize this part. She's clearly overweight. I say that because honestly, I really want to understand the story behind that piece. So the statue was created by a British Caribbean artist, and it's the kind of artwork that makes you stop and question the motive. Don't get me wrong, art is powerful, and I'm sure the artist had good intentions possibly, but that hasn't stopped the backlash, especially from black women who feel the statue doesn't represent them in a positive or empowering way. Many are saying it's just a portrayal of a poorly built black woman, and that's hard to ignore. Meanwhile, white folks are hating on the statue, but for an entirely different reason. That's a conversation for another day. Right now, let's take a look at some of the reactions to this statue. I'll be right back at the end of this video to give my own 2 cents. So let's watch this.
I keep seeing this golden statue of a black woman, and I don't know if it's real. It was spotted in New York, and then somebody posted in Italy, but I just know that the comments under the video are so disgusting. I believe the term is misogynoir, which is racism against black people. On top of that, it's racism against black women. It's misogyny against black women. You know, sometimes I just regret having children because they have to grow up in this world. I hate it. And then when you say things like that, like you make a video like this, you get people in the comments that are white and they're like, oh, I don't understand, you know, why people would say such things. I'm not racist. That is wrong. I don't want y'all to comment on my video. What I want are the people making those racist ass comments to comment under my video. That's what I want, because they always hide in the comment section. And then when you call them out, they don't ever show their face. They hide behind profiles that have no profile picture, or they have accounts that are private, and they never ever comment under videos when they're getting called out. It's only the white people who claim to not be racist, and maybe you really aren't. At this point, I don't know who is and who ain't anymore. But the hate for black women, y'all do it every day like y'all got to clock in, like you getting paid to hate us, like you getting paid to have this level of hate and disdain for us. But I really want y'all to comment under my video because I want y'all to show y'all fucking selves. I don't give a fuck about my blonde hair. I dyed my shit. My hair is not naturally blonde, no. And I'm wearing it. I don't give a fuck. Say what you got to say. Do what you got to do. But I can't stand y'all motherfuckers. And I mean that with everything in me.
I'm assuming y'all saw that statue that they put up in New York. Now I'm going to put it up here so y'all can see it. So this is the statue that is supposed to represent black people. I don't like it. Now, a lot of y'all might say, oh, because what, she fat or something, she ugly. No, none of that. I just hate the misrepresentation of beauty when it comes to black people. Do y'all not understand a British artist made this? A British artist. This is the British representation of us. This is how the British people see us. It's not a beautiful version of us. It's a basic version. They didn't even give her natural hair. They didn't even put a beautiful outfit on her so it can accentuate that our people have gorgeous curves and have beautiful bodies. They didn't put a smile on her face. She looked like she's angry. And it's like, why every time we represent it, we got to be these aggressive, angry people? That's not us. There were so many options that they had to just make it even better. And then can we talk about the color bronze? Bronze is beautiful on skin, but it looks like doo-doo on statues. I don't care what nobody say. This representation of us is how the world sees us. And to know that it was a British artist, y'all should be questioning, well, why does he only see us as like that? We are beautiful people, and we are just thrown something and then everybody accepts it. Oh, look at us, we represent it. That don't represent me. And I don't represent the beautiful black women that are in my community. That represents a base version. And every time they show us in the media, they show it the worst version or the base version. The worst version or the base version. No in between. Think about it. And I'm tired of everybody just sitting around accepting it. It's not okay. It's not okay. If we gonna be represented, we need to be represented correctly. I don't care if people say, oh, they tore down a statue. I don't care. If you're gonna put up a statue of people, my people represent the side of us that we need to see, with our eyes, not some base version every time we out showing us that we just are basic people. Y'all weird, man. Y'all weird.
Hey, yo, what do you think about this statue, 12-foot statue in New York of a black woman? It looks like a black woman to me. Kind of thickly shaped black woman. I don't know if the hair is particularly black or whether it's a wig or a perm or weave. But the statue, people are saying, represents a powerful black woman. Sassy black woman with her hands on her hips. I guess that's power. When I saw it, I thought it was Letitia James. You tell me what you think it is. I got a comment section and I'd love to hear from you. Like my Corvette? It's not a Corvette. It's an Audi.
I'm gonna be honest. So I'm talking about the 12-foot statue of the overweight black woman in New York. I feel like this is where you need to take I feel like where black women need to take a deep hard look in the mirror and realize, this is my honest opinion, like take a deep hard look in the mirror and say, okay, this is the norm for black women now. This is the norm. We used to be known for being, black women used to be skinny, but now the norm, like majority of black women are overweight or obese, and myself included. Like, honestly, and I think this is where we need to take a look in the mirror and understand what is causing our weight gain, what is causing it, how can we rectify the situation, because it's not just us, Americans are fat, but it's also, what can we cause to help our weight go down, And I think this is where instead of getting upset by it, you need to be proactive and to actually do something about it. This is just a realistic view of what people think the norm of a black woman looks like, and because it is. Honestly, the idea of thickness, curves, but it's the idea of curves, in the right places, sure, but them curves still have curves of a belly, curves of a big arm, like all of that, curves of big legs, all of that. So, like, honestly, we still need to take a deep hard look in the mirror and understand why we're obese, why we're overweight or whatever. And instead of like saying, oh my God, we need to be mad and upset. No. This is what people think about you. We need to come together and rectify the situation. Like, I don't know. That's just my take on this.
Come on, New York. Just when you thought this woke stuff was over and done with, a 12-foot statue. Not just any 12-foot statue, but a 12-foot bronze statue of a unfit black woman with braids. Doesn't look like she's wearing a brassiere. And just there. But I'm not surprised. And I find it very hypocritical because liberals went on a rampage going through the southern states, removing statues of historical figures. Historical. Whether they were, racist or not, they were still historical. They were still statues that belonged to those states. And I believe the backstory behind this woman here is that there was some statues of white males in Times Square. So this woke group, I'm sure with taxpayers' money, came and erected this large statue of this bronze fat black woman, as if beauty is subjective. For what reason? Your guess is as good as mine. But this is the woke left, ladies and gentlemen, at its finest. And I'm trying to hold my tongue because, they just updated the community guidelines, so I don't want to get any violations. But New York, what are we doing? What are we doing?
So I came across this post on
Facebook. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, is this real or is this AI? So I go read the comments trying to find out, like, if it's someone of importance, like, what does it stand for? What does it mean? And I'm reading the comments, and y'all look at these comments. Like, I'm like, I'm so sick. I'm so sick of it. But anyway, so I go and look, and I'm looking. So I said, let me see if this is real. So I look it up, and then I come up, actually real.
Branded in the Stars is about trying to communicate those dreams and communicate those inner worlds that we have, and sometimes we misinterpret with one another, to try and create an understanding. And basically,
this is my issue with people. There is so much hate, like just so much hate off of a statue. It's fucking ridiculous. Like it's sickening and it's fucking ridiculous, and it's just an art exhibit for Times Square. Like, and people wonder why now. I want to get my land and get me a homestead, and guess what I did? Because you know what, if you don't ask for help, you're never going to get it, right? And you never know until you try. Listen, I'm going out on the ledge. I created a GoFundMe. Anybody that wants to help and support, one, you already know, watching this video supports me. Comment, sharing, whatever, so it helps. Okay, but anybody that wants to sprinkle a little extra on top, I do have my GoFundMe in my bio. If y'all don't know, my goal is to purchase property, either with a home already on it or build one on there. So I do have my GoFundMe in my bio. So if you guys got some rich aunties and uncles that just want to give away some money, you can just go ahead and share this. But I appreciate all the blessings, y'all. But stop the hate.
Okay, so we have a statue of a black woman, okay, in Times Square, that pretty much is having the typical attitude of the low IQ black women in the black community, created by a British sculptor. Okay, so, and she's positioned in front of sculptures of white men with accomplishments. Okay. The thing is, when you make sculptures to people, they have to be important, they've done something in history, or some unfortunate thing has happened to them. Okay, that's the reason why you have statues. Okay, the statues of Julius Caesar or of Harriet Tubman, because those are two figures that did something that changed history. You do not have a statue of a stereotypical person who's done nothing. All right, and that's basically what was put out there. You notice that the liberals always represent, when it comes to black people, the most degenerate, the most idiotic, ignorant blacks from the hood. You don't see white people, okay, promote the hillbillies, the white trash of their society. You don't see them doing that. But when it comes to black people, they will always get the low IQ blacks. They always get the blacks that are serial baby mamas, okay, have all these problems, nasty attitude, and that's what's put on the world stage to represent all black people. And you wonder why, you know, blacks are hated worldwide, because white supremacy puts out always a negative image about us. Okay? Why don't they put a picture of a sculpture of a black man, a black woman married with kids? That'd be great to represent the blacks, right?
Ladies, how are we feeling about this? So according to dailymail.com, there was a 12-foot plus size, or overweight as they stated, black statue woman that was placed, well, a bronze statue of a black woman that was placed in Times Square. And I don't know how we should be feeling about this. So again, according to dailymail.com, it says a new bronze statue in Times Square that was meant to combat racism received instant mockery for being obnoxious and reinforcing stereotypes about women of color. I really don't know how to feel about this, because when I first seen this, I was like, oh, like, when did they do this? And then I was like, but wait, do I really need to have a statue or a blast of, hey, look at me, placed into the world for you to accept it? I think the best way to accept someone is to just include them in the everyday things, in the everyday world. And with this being of a woman of size, within the everyday fashion. Do I need to have billboards and have statues to say, hey, I'm acceptable? Like, how are we really feeling about this? I seen a comment where somebody said, they, didn't like it, and they stated, oh, you would get, a woman, you got her hand to her hips, you got braids in her hair, you look like she has some Walmart clothing. So it's like, if you're going to put a statue of a black woman, at least make her look good. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. Do you feel the same? Do you think this is a mockery? She has braids, she got her hand on her hip. Like, is that how society see black women? Because this is directed to two type of people, black women in general, and then plus size black women. So is this the perception that you have of us? Comment down below and let me know what you think.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So now that we've watched all these reactions, I want to share my honest opinion, my honest thoughts on this statue, because I've been sitting with it, trying to process what it represents, and I still can't shake a certain feeling. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I really would love to understand the motive behind this art piece. What was the vision? What message was the artist trying to send with this 12-foot tall sculpture of a visibly overweight black woman placed right in the heart of Times Square? This isn't just about size. I'm not saying the figure had to be slim or traditionally ideal, but the execution matters. The way she was sculptured, the posture, the expression, overall form, it's hard to question it. So let's be real. Representation matters. Art is one of the most powerful ways we tell stories, shape narratives, and define how people are seen in society. And when you put a sculpture like this in such a high-profile global location, Times Square of all places, it sends a message, whether intentional or not. The statue is now a symbol, and the problem is for many of us people who look like me, it doesn't feel like a positive or empowering one. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to be harsh. I mean, I do respect art as a form of expression, but just a lot of people who've reacted to this statue online, I can say I don't like it either. I think it misses the mark. In fact, it feels like a distortion of what black women actually represents. It's not just that the figure is large. Again, size is not the issue. It's the way it's been portrayed. I think it was exaggerated. Yeah, that's what I think anyway, frankly speaking. This isn't a celebration of black beauty or resilience or culture. It doesn't feel like an ode to the strength and elegancy that so many black women embody. Instead, it feels like a misrepresentation, almost like a stereotype. I'm just expressing myself. It feels like a stereotype being frozen in bronze, elevated on a pedestal, and that doesn't sit well with me. Yeah, you guys let me know what to think about this. Yeah, so like I was saying, have you ever heard of a verse that says in the Bible, it's in the Bible, it reads, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And I truly believe that this applies to artists too. Art is the mouth of an artist. That's how they speak. It's how they tell you what they believe, what they feel, and how they see the world. So when I look at the statue, I can't help but wonder. I can't help but wonder what was in this artist's heart when they created this. What intent or vision of black women did they pull from? Because this piece doesn't feel like it came from a place of deep respect or culture. My opinion again. It feels like it came from a piece of distorted perception. I don't know the artist personally. I'm just, commenting on this, and I'm sure they meant well, no harm. Maybe they'll say it was about challenging beauty norms or celebrating body diversity or reclaiming space for marginalized figures. And I get that. Those are all valid ideas in theory, but execution is everything. You can have good intentions and still miss the mark. And when your art is centered on a group of people who are constantly being scrutinized, stereotyped, and misrepresented, you've got to be extra careful, because once that sculpture, as it has gone out, out there, you're no longer on the narrative the public does. And clearly the public is not feeling it. Let me say this too. I know everyone's entitled to their opinion. Some people might see this statue and love it. They might think it's bold or thought-provoking or progressive, and that's their right. But just like they're allowed to praise it, I'm allowed to question it. I'm allowed to like it, and I do not like it. It's not about body shaming, it's about representation. This is how the world already views black women: loud, unruly, over, weight and masculine. So when a major piece of public art reinforces that same narrative, whether consciously or not, it does not harm that good. It doesn't challenge the stereotype. It cements it. And I can't ignore that, sorry. At the end of the day, I can't help but wonder what was going through the artist's mind when they were sculpting this figure. What reference did they use? What inspired the pose, the proportions, the expressions? These questions are important because this isn't just a piece of art in a gallery. It's a permanent structure in one of the most visible places in the world. And when you put a black woman's image on a platform that massive, it better come correct. But hey, that's just my opinion. I'm not here to force my views on anyone. I know not everyone will agree with me, and that's totally fine. Art is meant to spark conversations, and this one definitely has. So now I want to hear from you guys. Do you think the statue is powerful? Is it a powerful statement, or do you feel like it's a step backward in how black women are represented in public art? Please drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's talk about this, and thanks for watching. And if you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss my next video, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Please stay peaceful.